So even though GameStop stores are closed, they're still putting their employees at risk because profits. Wonderful GameStop. You're not essential. Get over it.
Skip it up and that up.
So a few days back, GameStop closed its stores to the public. It doesn't mean that they weren't open, but customers couldn't come inside, which is important with the outbreak that's going on right now, that people stay out of the stores, especially because most GameStops are small. There's a bunch of used games and used consoles in there. People were still trading in used consoles even amid the outbreak. If you watch Camelot 331, he had a leaked conference call from GameStop. They were still taking trades. Those trades are disgusting. Roaches, stickiness, trust me, I know. And the employees weren't happy. Their lives would be putting at risk literally just for people to come in and buy some games, which GameStop, I hate to break it to you, in 2020, virtually all the games can be bought digitally now. And they even tried to say they were an essential service, and if law enforcement came by to tell GameStop to close down, they actually had their employees hand a letter saying, hey, cops, call corporate. Too bad we're not shutting down. We're an essential business. I didn't know that GameStop sold medicine and food. I guess they do now. Maybe they're a grocery store. Well, anyway, even with GameStop shut down, they are still doing some unsafe practices. This comes from comicbook.com. I'll read it to you, then we will discuss, because it's a doozy. GameStop has shut down all stores across the United States in response to the ongoing pandemic. However, while customers aren't allowed to enter the stores themselves, business is still being done. While GameStop employees are instructed to not let employees inside, they are doing curbside pickup, which does lead to interaction between employees and customers. And these interactions come with some pretty strange instruction from corporate. According to one source we spoke to, when making an exchange with a customer, employees are only supposed to open the door enough for their arm to reach out. While doing this, employees are instructed to make sure the door separates the customer's face from their own face. Meanwhile, when reaching out an arm for an exchange, employees are supposed to always have their hands covered. Usually this will mean adorning a pair of gloves. However, GameStop has instructed employees to use plastic bags if no gloves are available. From here, employees will bring the card back to the register, run it with the hand still in the bag. After this, they are supposed to flip the bag inside out and put the purchase in the bag with the card. Once this is done, they can head back to the customer waiting outside. Meanwhile, corporate is also telling employees still that if local law enforcement comes around telling the store it needs to close, to hand them a note that says the operation falls under essential business. However, if this does happen, managers are also instructed to go ahead and shut up shop and notify their district manager. Now, a lot of people, for some unknown reason, were getting on me for calling out GameStop on Twitter for this and saying, oh, you just hate GameStop. I don't hate GameStop. I don't understand. Like, can you look at this, even if you're not a gamer from a logical perspective, if you think gamers are nerds, and you look at this and say, is this logical? Is what they're doing here ethical? Are they an essential business? You can't say it. They're not essential. You could argue that Target's essential. Walmart's definitely essential. Grocery stores are essential. Pharmacies right now are essential. What inside of GameStop is essential about them? The only loophole that I could see, and I'm not a lawyer and maybe I'm wrong about this, is that you could trade in a console for cash and people may need cash right now. Is that what they're using to fly around and say they're essential? Look, and people don't listen to, that's the problem. They just showed there was the release of Animal Crossing in the UK and there were game stores still open. Game is very similar to GameStop here. And people were packed next to each other. That's not social distancing. That's not social distancing. You're putting people's lives literally at risk to pick up a video game that they could just download. I have Animal Crossing. You know what I did? I downloaded it on my Switch so I didn't have to go to a store and risk exposure. This is absolutely ridiculous, man. Look, I get they're closing 300 more stores permanently, and this is like the worst time in the world for this to happen to GameStop. but there's nothing they can do. People's lives come before profits, and it's too damn bad if they think the other way around. This is Rich at Review Tech USA signing out. Stay at home, please, and avoid other people right now for your own health and other people's health. Have a good one. Hey, if you enjoy my content, consider becoming a Review Tech USA member. I'll have a link below in the description. I live stream now on this channel all the time, and it gives you access to cool emoticons to use as well while I live stream. Again, link below in the description. Thank you for your continued support.